Hi, it's Tina with SI2. It's the month of November and you're a U3 school, so that means it's time to revisit the vision. In revisiting your vision statement, remember that it's a perennial statement and you already have one in effect, but occasionally you may have some minor changes that are needed. Your grade configurations may have changed in your school since your last vision statement update. Any number of things could have changed. So be sure and read through it. Make sure it doesn't sound like a dated document, but it sounds definitely like your school right now. Remember that you'll be working in section 4, steps 1 through 9. So on the VTA process page, zero in on section 4. And then be sure also to use your input from your council and your student body minutes to build or update the school's vision statement, because remember, you're getting input from your students, you're getting input from your community, and there again, sometimes we're just too close to the woods to see the trees, and so being in the building every day, day in, day out, we see certain things, but we can always use that other set of eyes or sets of eyes from your student body who's in the building with you, but a little different perspective, and also what's going on outside the building from those eyes looking in. So be sure and use that valuable information. The best thing that you can do is determine very early in the month if you're going to be hosting an in-person council discussion this month. More than likely, you're probably going to still be sticking with the virtual meetings, which are perfectly fine, or your online meetings. And so you want to be sending out those invitations in the first week of November. And here again, whether it's online or if it's in person, send those out early so that you're given plenty of time to monitor the feedback. You can send reminders if you need to for that online meeting response. And you still have time to get this wrapped up by the end of the month. November goes fast. So in section 4, step 7, you're going to be sending a template of the consensus letter to your council. All of the directions are on the template, and in fact, I'll go through them with you here in just a minute. And you're going to download, you're going to make edits, and then you're going to follow instructions on how to send these to your council. So let's take a look at how that works. Okay, here we are on your online system on the VTA process page, section 4, Vision for November. You're going to go down to step 4. And you see there the envelope icon by the enter, and this is your council discussion where you're going to be updating vision. So you're going to click on that email or the envelope icon. This will open up a page that looks just like this. And this is you're sending your invitations to the council discussion for updating the vision. And so this first section gives you a little bit of an idea about how you can do in-person meetings, online discussions, or if you want to do a combination, you have all of these options. So feel free to use whichever option you prefer. So in opening the discussion, you're going to start doing some email customization here. And so if you look down at the email customization, you will see, are you going to have an in-person discussion as well as an online discussion? If you are, you will click yes, and then you will put in your date and your time and your location of the meeting. If you're only going to have an online discussion, you see that that is your default setting. So you can leave it on no, just an online discussion only. The online discussion will open when you click the send invitations button below. But as you can see, you have to set up a date first. So go down to number 3 where it says online discussion will close on, and give yourself a good week to allow people to get some answers in. But don't go much over that, because if you have kind of a lagging bunch of respondents, you'll want to be able to have enough time to send that reminder email asking them to be sure check their email and then to participate in the discussion. So there again, about a week should work just fine. Once you fill in your date, which you can just click on the little calendar there, it will come up, you click on your date, and then the send invitation button will light up and you click it, they're on their way. If you need to send invitations again, if you do have some laggards and they're not answering this and you want to get some response, you can go to step 4 and you will see this page. You see the discussion is currently open. It hasn't closed out yet. And so you want to send emails, and here are all your individual members of your council. You can click on the email and then it will send it out again for you. During the time, and otherwise, how are you going to know whether you're getting responses or not? So step 5 allows you to do that. So as you can see, it says to monitor the council discussion. And so what you can do is you can go in and you can use the tools there or enter or looking at the report. So let's go ahead, and when you're clicking on the pencil icon, that will allow you to identify yourself, and then you can go in and you can see what's going on. Here's the page that will allow you to go in and to do the monitoring. And as you see, it's all the members of the steering team. Everybody can monitor. And so if you just find your name, you click on monitor, and then in the next slide, here you can see the participation as it is in real time. So this gives you an idea of who is actually participating. Obviously, at this time, no one in this group is participating. This is just our demo sheet. But you will have your statistics. So everyone that you have on your council, and then broken down into your different groups that you have identified. And so you can see the participation rate at this time. And so there again, if you want to send to people who have not been participating, just click on that email icon and then it will send it out. So lots of reminders there that you can send, and do use that because it is helpful. And we all miss an email once in a while, or we all see it and we think I'm going to do that, and then we immediately get busy doing something else. So give them the second chance. In addition, you're going to be also talking to your student body. And here again, never shortchange your student body. As many of you know, I have said the best term I can ever use is the old cliche, out of the mouth of babes. They give us tremendous feedback and what's really going on. And so, a lot of insight can be gained from this. So never overlook asking your students these questions. So like I said, earlier in the year, we set these up so that we have a better grasp at grade level. And so this time we're going to be asking the kids in grades K through 2, what does a very good student do in class? And so then you will be able to formulate into your vision statement of an ideal student. And then grades 3 through 5 and 6 through 12, this time we felt like one question would suffice for all of these grade levels. And so what does the ideal student look like? And they will give some ideas, a little brainstorming. And then what does the ideal teacher look like? And so there again, use whatever it is you use. A lot of people use Google Docs. They'll use Google Question, Google, whatever the Google is called, for that specific thing that you use to glean information while you're doing your online teaching. Send it out in that manner. Many of you have done it even when we didn't have all the COVID going on, that you would use this a lot of times for classroom discussions in other subject areas. And so you're old pros at this. And so that's great. Just keep using what you're using because it's working very well. That information that you're getting from your students is extremely important. So make sure that you do allow them to contribute their ideas to formulate that vision statement. It needs to have the flavor of the school and not just a basic run-of-the-mill vision statement. So be sure and use their input. Remember that you'll need to submit your student body responses, and that's in section 4, step 3, the usual way that you submit the information. And there again, our November deadlines, as with always, it's always the last day of the month. So the deadline for the student body information being sent is November 30th. So looking at the VTA process page, here we see under section 4, step 3 is where you will click the enter icon, and this is where it will take you to where you will write the summary of the student body discussion. And here's what it looks like. Remember, you want your total number of students participating in your discussion. The summary was written by probably the student body point person, but if someone else, that's fine. Your summary date, you will click on the date for that. And then who facilitated the discussion. Remember, it may be, you could just say it was sent online, or in this case, it may be the individual classroom teachers. So just whoever it was that facilitated it, that's fine. And then you're going to enter the summary of the meeting here. And there again, I cannot commend schools enough. You have this down cold. Your input from your student body discussions are tremendous. So I would say, I really don't need to tell you how to do this. I just need to tell you to keep up the great work, because I read some more this morning. Fantastic. So just keep doing what you're doing. And then after you've written all that out and it looks great, be sure and hit the save button. Then you're going to return back to your process page and you're going to click submit, and it will come to me. And I will get that read and I will get it right back to you with any comments needed. Once you have gathered responses from your council meetings and your student body meetings, then you're going to create or update the vision statement as needed. There again, just doing those little tweaks along the way. And then you're going to use the VTA process page, once again, section 4, step 8, on the enter and update the vision statement items. And there again, due November 30th. I sound like a broken record, but that is the due date. So I think there you have all of your vision information all together. Once again, many of you have done this many times, so I know that you're familiar with it, but if you are new at it, that's perfectly fine. If you've looked at all this and then you look at your September update newsletter with all the instructions on it and you still are kind of wondering about this step or that step, don't hesitate. Be sure and call me or drop me an email. I'll be happy to help walk you through it anytime. And so with that, I hope you have a great day. Thanks.